Hey, good morning. It's Guido coming at you with a coffee talk and happy Father's Day, Pilgrim.
Yeah, it's Father's Day in the UK as well. So happy Father's Day to you, and happy Father's Day to all of
Yeah,
you significant people out there.
happy Father's Day to all of you fellers out there. Yeah, either you are one or you have one, I think.
That's it, isn't it? Well, you would have to have one, really, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean,
Be a bit be
I
a
don't
bit
want
odd, wouldn't it? If
to. It would be odd, but I also don't want to get into family dynamics because
oh, okay, let's
you know,
not
you
go
know what I
there.
mean. You know, what I mean? Some people are not that big of a fan. But anyway, let's say you are. Happy Father's Day to all of you
Happy
guys out
Father's
there.
Yeah, yeah.
2 weeks
Happy
from
Father's
Tank
Day.
Fest.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
I tell
2
you
weeks.
what, it's coming quick. Coming
Yep.
quick, isn't it?
Yep, we're gonna
Crikey.
wander on down to the south of England and watch some tanks drive around a circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been there
Well,
before?
anyway.
Have you been there before?
I have, yeah. I've been,
Yeah.
I've been to Bobington. I've been to the Tank Museum many times. I've never been to Tank Fest. I was going to go, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, but I think that was then COVID kicked in, so I didn't go.
Right.
So yeah, but I've been to the Tank Museum loads of time. As I said, I had a mate there, Richard, who's now left, who was like my inside man. He was one of the chief mechanics in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I had a lot of I could wander around the tog. I could spend a day walking around the tog, so inside it and everything and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But he's now retired, so I don't have any contacts there. Otherwise, we'd have a bit of a whale of a day. Actually, we'd be in there good style.
Oh, no worries,
Never
man.
mind.
We'll
Never
we'll
mind.
just be out there with the hoi polloi.
You'll do the hoi polloi thing.
Yeah. The rest of
We'll
the.
see Quinn and Goose and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
Well, that's the
yeah,
hoi polloi right there. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, that's the one. That's
Uh,
the one.
let's-
You can wear your t-shirt. You know, people
Yeah.
know who you are. Okay.
So where are you on Battle Pass, man? You been playing tanks much, or what are you doing?
I have, but it's I'm 7 on the NA on the first chapter. I am 17 on the EU, but I've had to reinstall the game again. Every time they do a major update, for some reason it goobers up and I start to rubber band all the time. It's like I keep thinking it's my internet, but it's something to do with the updates that they do. I don't know whether it resets stuff in the background, whatever. Anyway, so I've had to delete the the two servers, both the NA and the EU, and then reload them this morning. They're working, touch wood, they're working fine now. But for the last 3 days, it's been a nightmare.
I might have to
Absolute
do that because yesterday I wasn't getting rubber banding, but I was getting stuttering.
Yes.
Where-
you turret doing this?
No, not twitching. The
No?
game would go and it would stutter and then
Oh, okay. Oh,
Not-
that's interesting, isn't it?
not constantly, which makes me feel like it's a me problem, not a them problem, because it very much seemed like graphics issues on my side, like it just freezing, which was weird. And then so I hadn't tracked my heat for a long time, but turned on the two heat tracking pieces on the CPU and the GPU, and they're nice and cool, like
Fine.
they've been running forever.
Well,
so.
I was swapping the interface between the GPU and the CPU to see if it made any difference, and there was no difference, in fact. So because I thought it was graphics, so I thought if I take it off the GPU, put it through the CPU and see what happened, it was just exactly the same. So
You should get a lot less performance if you're just trying to use your CPU, man.
yeah.
Unless
yeah,
you're,
well,
are you
I've-
using the standard client or are you using the HD?
Oh, I'm only using the standard client because
Oh,
with this, because of the stretch to NA. If I use the HD, it definitely will have problems. So yeah, so I don't get so much nice grass and foliage and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm entering into issues with the computer time again, or if it's a one-off, or well, I don't know. I'll just keep an eye on it, but I might try reloading it just for giggles.
Well, the thing is, reloading it takes 20 minutes. So I just when I got up this morning, I just deleted the game, uninstalled it, and then reinstalled it. Went downstairs, made a cup of tea,
Yeah,
potted about a bit, came back up, it was done. So as long as you don't sit watching it, it's okay.
might try that. Let's see. Channel news. What I've been up to? I finished the BZ one, the BZ.
BZ.
I
Okay.
finished the BZ 176. Let's see how we did with that
All right.
thing.
Oh, I bet you've done well.
I did all right. 61%,
Yeah.
100
I'd be
battles,
surprised if you didn't, to be honest.
over 1,000 experience. I think there's a video on this coming up. 52% survived. Although my DPG is low at 1841.
Okay.
Can't quite see it because your camera's there, but
Yeah.
That's an okay DPG, 61% win rate. But if you look at 52% battles survived, it just means that I was in most battles towards the end. So that's going to increase your win rate if you're a decent player.
Yeah.
So I didn't even mark this stupid thing, to be honest. So only at
Really?
18. Yeah, well, 1800 DPG. I'm at 52%.
And there's a lot of people out there doing very well with it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So I got a good win rate, mediocre DPG for me. Interesting tank. I don't know. I'll talk about it in the video next week, and we talked about it last week. But for me, it's not fun, but it is funny at times. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I can say about that.
That's what you can do.
I finished the FSV as well.
Okay, all right. That has caused me problems this morning playing against them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The wheel tank.
Yes, it was
Right.
like it was almost giving me the EBR type problems. You know where you shoot it in the side and it doesn't do anything to it, but apart from burst a tire and it keeps moving. That sort of problem I've been having with that this morning. And he actually, good on him, he carried the game and won it for the enemy team because he was the only one left, and there was 4 of us.
Oh
Four of us
wow.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 4 plus 2, including 2 Artie. So it was me and KV3, I think it was. KV3 was a bot. Of course he was. And I was in a Churchill 7. And I got him side on. I thought, great, this is him dead. And he had like 30 hit points left. And popped him. No, burst his tyre, fixed it, carried on going. Popped him again, just bounced off him. Popped him, he shot me again. And then he got me down to like a 1-shot kill. So I thought, I've got to be careful now. So I tried to angle, bang, he killed me. And then he went off, did the KV3, and did the 2 artery and won the game. Good on him. He carried it, but hey. I was like, EBR type bloody tanks, hate them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was your favourite FSV.
I think that I've only got one left on the wheeled tank, the tier 6, because I keep running into the battle pass point limit really fast on the tier 6. But this thing I ended up 58%. Actually, it was a bit of a struggle last 10 battles or so. I was running 60 for a while. Right. Almost 1,000 a game at 904. Really low DPG once again at 1,046, but a good result. 44% win rate is going to help you with your win rate, or 44% survival rate is going to help you with your win rate right there.
Win rate, yeah.
All the numbers are good. Armor use, 0.03 just doesn't have any.
No.
So not a bad little
against
tank.
me.
Right, and then you just bounce. I mean, occasionally you get that. Yeah, you get those silly wheel crit no damages, or crit the wheel, or bounces off the wheel. That shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate you. I really hate you. I didn't send him a GG after the game. But I wanted to send him I hate you GG, but I didn't.
You are a terrible person and should feel bad. Yeah, so I only have this. I only have the Staghounds, and I've maxed out the Hunter, so I won't even play that until next Battle Pass.
Cool.
And that's that.
There you go, Zenki tuned with you. Yeah.
It was, yeah. That was a win, I believe, but I don't think it was a massive win. I don't remember what we did. So that's what's going on with that. Still playing a little bit of Helldivers. Got up to level 25 on that one.
That's coming on a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 25 is where you get the last. They're called stratagems, and they're like little mechs, suits you can get into. So I haven't tried those yet. That's the last thing that was like grindable. I can get a lot of other stuff, but that's the last one that had a requirement for a level.
So that's like you've grinded it to the point where you can't grind anymore and everything.
Well, you can grind. You keep getting levels and you get stuff, but the stratagems, some of the stratagems had a min level you had to have to get them, and that's the last.
Yeah, yeah.
25 was the highest that went.
All right, cool.
So I'll
moving on with that then, mate.
Yeah. I mean,
you're
it's
gonna be a Meister at some point.
It's an okay distraction,
It's a game.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh man.
Doing a little bit of DCS and whatnot, but that's pretty much it for channel news, man. Other than we're heading out to Tank Fest, and I'm leaving next weekend. I guess that's news.
Yes.
We're not going to have. Let's take a look at the calendar again here. We will not have Coffee Talk. Probably close to 3 weeks, fellas. Not on the 23rd or 30th. Small chance on the 7th, because we get back on the 6th. Because if I get up and I can't sleep or whatever, I might jump on and just mess around on the 7th. So tentatively the 7th. We'll see how that goes, but definitely not the 23rd or the 30th.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'd be cool. I'll do my calendar because I'm just thinking now. Hang on. Right, July. Yeah, I'll touch base with you later about that. I'll let you know.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I might come up on the 7th or not, but certainly not the 23rd and 30th, guys. I'll be in England on those 2 dates. The 30th is the weekend of Tank Fest anyway, so no copy talk.
Well, you'll have a video to show, won't you?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Low Blow's taking his stills camera. He's got this. I'll tell you what. He's got this press intrusive camera with a lens that's longer than my arm. So I don't know why, but he's taking that. So
you get those close-ups up your nostril.
That's the one. Yeah, all the hair's coming out the bottom of your nostril. Yeah, it's like that. I've got you.
That's what we need. Definitely need that.
Man, yeah.
All right. Let's see. I think that's it. I don't even have any home improvement. I did not do anything home improvement wise this weekend.
No. Good. Well, do you know what? Sometimes it's nice to have a chilled, not do anything weekend. Really.
Yeah.
Especially if you're busy at work and all the rest.
All I did was go out to eat yesterday and then hang out, played tanks. Really.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's a chilled weekend.
Yep.
I mean, I was yesterday. I was all day humping and dumping boxes and furniture and everything else you could think of because I was helping my son move house, who had failed significantly to book the removals in time for his moving day. So he got on the phone to me on Wednesday. He went, "Dad, this is a 35-year-old man, by the way.
Yeah.
Dad, can you book us a van so we can move house?" I went, "What do you mean, book you a van so we can move house?" He said, "Well, I'm moving on Saturday and I haven't got any removals." I was like, "Really? Seriously?" So I had to spend a whole day being Mr. Removals Man yesterday with a Ford Transit van because we couldn't get a Luton van with a tail lift or anything else. So it was humping and dumping and all the rest of it. And the cheeky bugger phoned his mum this morning to find out if I was still alive in case I'd died from all the over effort that I put in yesterday. So yeah, great weekend.
So yeah, obviously he's renting then.
Yes, well, he's renting the other place, and of course he gave his notice in, and he's got this place now he's moving into, which is a bigger place.
All right.
And he gave his notice in. It's stupid. He gave his notice in without confirming the date of taking over the new property. He took over the new property 2 weeks early. The renters want the landlord wants the property back on Monday that he was in. So he's like.
So today he's over there cleaning the piss out of it then.
Absolutely, yeah. Him and, we had the house general had the grandchildren yesterday all day, so she's like comatose on the sofa now because she's been like nanny daycare all day yesterday.
Yeah,
that was a big day. So she's like feet up, giving it, they're great for a day, no more. And so the whole gang have gone round now to clean the old place up. Yeah, but the new place they got is so much bigger and so much more room, so it's well worth it.
Good. Yeah, it is hard to move with an Indian gator. You have one box and one arm, and that's it, man. Happy Father's Day, Grumpy.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody, man. Hope you guys have a great day. I think what we're gonna do is gonna chill a bit. Might play some games early afternoon, and then I'm gonna grill some steaks. I think.
Yeah, have you got the weather for it today?
I could probably grill the steaks without the fire.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
it's that hot.
Where are we right now? It's 9 in the morning, and we're sitting at 81 Fahrenheit already.
Whoa, you're serious. That is hot. I tell you what, I was hoping that the weather would turn in time for you to come. I think it might do. Because I really do want you to feel at home, so I want it to be hot here.
I do not want it to be hot. No. If it could be 70 or so, that'd be great.
Yeah, it probably will be actually, knowing it's England. So yeah.
That's one thing I need to look into is what the weather's going to be. I mean, it's a standard thing. Bring a sweater and bring some shorts. And
yeah.
maybe both
See,
in one
now,
day.
See, I mean, I've got this quandary now because this is obviously the spare room or the games room. It's got the bed there. So, do I make it warm for you, or do I leave it cold for you? Because I don't heat this at all because it's just a games room. You know what I mean? So, do you need Florida heat, or do you want English cold?
I don't care as long as I have enough blankets to not be cold while I
Oh,
sleep.
you'll have all them, yeah.
Oh, I don't.
General assault,
You do it.
You'll have quilts, blankets. You'll have a little hat you can wear. And
I'm
some
easy.
socks. Yeah. I've heard that about you, being easy.
Easy. Yeah. Maybe streaming Thursday, fellas. I don't know. I might change my day off. This is all. It's all very. Yeah, up in the air.
It's all up in the air.
Well, if I was smarter, I'd ask them to shift my day off to Friday because I'm leaving Saturday.
Well, there you go. That's the clever thing to do, isn't it?
So there's two things. There's two ways to look at it. The first one is move the day off to Friday, so that you have Friday to get everything set up, and then. But Friday then becomes kind of part of the travel day.
Yeah, it does that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then if the house general has stuff I got to do, then it's not like I get that day off.
No.
The other option is leave it on Thursday. There's still that separate day.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave everything to the last minute anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's how we roll.
So take my day off, do some streaming, maybe do a little bit at the end of the day prep, and then on Friday after work thrash about because you're gonna thrash out anyway and get ready, and then right. So I think I'm not sure which one.
See that Guido, that's a very American mindset. Very American mindset. It's all about the work ethic because in the UK, what would happen is that we would have our day off on Friday, and then we would pull a sickie. On Thursday, and then we'd pull a sickie on Friday. So you get the best of both worlds, don't you? Oh, you just phone the boss. I'm not very well. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Because you see, we get paid for sick days.
I will tell you. So that's an interesting thing with my job, because I still work with all the same guys I flew with.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a loyalty thing there.
Yeah.
There's a much less than it was when I was active, when you didn't really pull that crap unless you really were sick, because you had a mission to do, and if whatever you didn't do, they had to pick up.
Absolutely.
I think military in general cares about that a little bit more. I mean, we don't want you to come in and get sick and get us sick, so we'll pick up your slack.
You pop
right.
the tablets and away you go.
Away you go. So I would do stuff like that in this job because of the kind of job it is, being a government job. But I don't do it because the people I work with are the exact same dudes that I worked with, when I was actively flying. So I try not to randomly call up and go, "Oh, I don't feel like coming in today. I'll use it," because I get scads of freaking sick time.
Oh, yeah.
But
because it's a federal job, isn't it?
Right. But being older,
yeah.
using up all your sick time may not be the best idea.
No.
Because you never, when you're getting to our age.
You never know when your joints start to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, you may actually legitimately need 4 or 5 weeks after a surgery to get over something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which you can get, but it's nice to get it paid.
Yeah, of course it is.
You know what I mean?
Of course it is.
Yeah, they'll give you all the time you want. Well, the question is whether you've got the paid time to do it.
Pay time to do it, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we get. I say we get paid for sick pay. We get. Oh, you can self-certify for 7 days, so you don't even need a doctor's note to get off for 7 days. So you get those 7 days paid. You then, after that, have to get a doctor's note to continue to get paid, but you only get 28 days sick pay. After the 28 days, you go down to what's called statutory sick pay, which basically the government pay you a minimum amount of money. So it could work out, it doesn't pay the bills, put it that way.
Yeah.
But you get statutory sick pay based on your national insurance contributions. So you do get some money coming in. But for the first month, you can effectively have, if you get a doctor's note, you can have 4 weeks off fully paid, no problem at all.
Right.
Full pay. And then you go down to statutory sick pay. Which is, I don't know, something like, maybe, I don't know what it is, but it's not good. Put it that way.
Hey, Tussers, you should have used that. That's a lot of time, man.
Crikey, O'Reilly.
That is a lot of time. Holy cow. I don't have that much.
Can you not convert that to money? That would have been useful, wouldn't it?
You can't. Not the sick time. You can convert your time off, sort of. You can convert your time off into extra days of service.
Oh, okay.
So if you had 8 hours, every 8 hours is an extra day of the time that to push your retirement date down the road. Now you don't have to stay to that date, but so there's a slight calculation of extra money per month for that.
Okay. That makes a difference over 20 years service or something like that. Won't make much difference.
Well, not really. No. If you have 20 years service and you've converted 300, with leave you can only keep so much each year anyway. I don't remember what it is, but it's basically only a year's worth of leave can roll over to the next leave or something a little less. I don't remember what it is. So they really get you to use that. The sick leave, I think what really happens a lot with the sick leave stuff is people just start using it towards the end.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I think theoretically you can take like mental health days. You're supposed to have a doctor's note for a lot of stuff. A lot of times, if I just don't feel good, they don't need a doctor's note. But you can't go, I don't feel good for a week.
No.
So eventually you'd have to come up with a doctor's note and stuff, and it really also depends on your supervisor and stuff.
Yeah.
There's rules, and then there's unwritten rules. That bullshit.
Yeah. It is quite interesting, the dynamics between working in the US and working in the UK. Purely because we have so many negotiated worker rights over the years and years and years of trade unions and everything else, for the last 100 years, that businesses are pretty much hogtied to that sort of thing. They have to give the paid days off sick, and they have to allow you to go to the dentist 2 hours paid to go to a dentist or a doctor's appointment or whatever it is, and also paid holidays. The government, or the rules are, you are entitled to 28 days paid holiday plus bank holidays. So you effectively 32 to 34 days a year are paid, guaranteed. Whereas in the US, you take a holiday, you don't get paid, do you?
I mean, the government workers have a very similar thing. Obviously, the government, they've done all that stuff. For private companies, it will be whatever your compensation package says it is.
Compensation packages, yeah.
Some of them will do that. Some of them, a very common thing for the states to start is sometimes it's less, but a week or 2 weeks a year is a starting time off. That's it.
Yeah.
And maybe two or three.
Not much.
And maybe 2 or 3 PTOs / sick days or something that you can use wherever you want. Just kind of depends. Yeah, it's pretty bad in terms of that for sure.
Yeah.
Training day's been rough. Time for fishing team day. There you go.
Team day, we can do that.
Yeah. Early retirement. He got paid out like 2 years of vacay and sick days. Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hillfield, he got an early retirement. Yeah, those are special deals. Yep. If they convince you to early retire, they usually have other incentives, things like that for sure. Old timer retired 6 months early. When you retire active duty, they do allow you to do that. I had towards the last couple of years, I built up a decent amount of leave. And I think there's also some transition leave. I don't remember exactly how it went, but
yeah, you should get some. I don't know if it's the same with the U.S. military, but surely. What do we call it? Same as yours, I think. Transition. Cause you're transitioning to.
And I had a bunch of leave, actual just plain old leave stacked up. So I ended up getting paid I retired and then I got paid for another 2 months. So I was still active duty, but I wasn't at work. I just put the paperwork in for the leave, and and they just pay you until your leave is done, and then you're gone.
Yeah. Because we get a full what they call resettlement package. So you get retraining in a trade that you might want to be. So it all gets paid for. So you can be trained to be a plumber or or whatever job you decide you want to go into in Symmetry. You can do that.
Yeah.
It's a complete resettlement package, which is quite cool. Or if you just want to do education, you can go back to school if you want for a few months.
Yeah, we got GI Bill. That sounds right, Kefik. It was something like 20 days. I had 40 days of leave or something, and another 20 days, or it ended up being about 2 months of pay after I walked out the door. And then, of course, then you get the official, piece of paper at the day that kid can retire.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 or so for me. 12. I don't know. Let's see. What was it? 10 years. I guess it's 10 years this year, man, for me as well.
Wow.
2014.
Wow.
So this April.
Well,
Actually, I guess
anniversary.
it's past that. So it's been 10 years and a couple months now. Holy
Yeah.
cow. 10 years.
Good old anniversary. I remember when you first started the stream, which wasn't that far after retirement, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Your coffee. I mean, it
Yeah.
must be about 9 years ago you started,
Yeah.
or something like that.
That's how long we've been doing this. We're on episode. I don't know what episode we're on. It's amazingly tight. It's crazy. I think that's it for channel news. You got anything else, Pilgrim, to chuck at him?
No, I'm
All right, very
pretty
good.
much out of everything now. Apart from, I'm
Well
tired
then-
from moving house.
Let's sell some stuff. Let's.
Let's sell stuff. Yeah, it works.
Oh.
Look, you just have to
Whoa.
shake yours.
Whoa.
Oh, it's slow.
All right. Batteries are probably dying.
Oh, there's that one. Here.
It's the best China has to offer, my friends.
It
The
is.
best
It is.
China has to offer. All right, missions and specials. What do we got? Let's see. What are we selling? So this is weird. It's wargaming, so it's not weird. It's just wargaming stuff. So we go to the premium. Actually, I was scrolling down here, looking at the different articles, and I went, "Celebrate the Dragon Boat Festival."
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm
I
like,
see
what? We have this big Operation Overlord. We have this Battle Pass tied
random.
into it. And apparently also the Dragon Boat Festival, which is not really anything but selling stuff.
Well, there you go. It's not a celebration of anything Chinese dragon boaty, is it? It's just buy this.
Well, it's interesting you say that because it's, Chinese Dragon Boat Festival, also known as the Duanhua Festival. Traditional Chinese holiday, cool. Celebrated dragon boat races, cool. That sounds cool. Sticky rice dumplings and various. All right, that sounds fun. And then, naturally, Pilgrim, if you were having a dragon boat festival, you would sell the finest in Chinese tanks.
You would. You'd sell them and also give away decals for free.
You would sell the Chinese Skoda T56.
It is Chinese now. just for a week. Have Chinese boxes.
What is
that?
that?
The dragon boxes.
Why is this in this?
It's got a Chinese skin. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a Chinese copy.
Quality control, quality check. It is a check tank, right? Or,
Yes.
right?
It's not
Am I
made in
miss?
China.
Am I missing something?
Dear.
Okay,
Have a
sure,
law.
sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, now, to be fair, they are also selling the mighty. That's a lot of Skoda. The mighty M41D,
Yes.
which is actually a Taiwanese tank. But anyway, they're Chinese descent. They probably have the same festival. And then we have the Alpine Tiger.
Yes, that's Chinese as well.
I mean, it is. It's the.
There isn't a WZ in sight, Guido. Yeah.
Weird.
Well, that's how they roll.
Yeah.
Good
So
old
anyway,
Wolverine.
that's going on, which fellas is just a.
But that's buried in the
sale.
weeds.
It is. It just
That's
just
so buried
down.
in the weeds.
It just randomly popped up with no warning. All right, what else we got? We got the furry with a treasure pack. We have the Basante with the rescue skin thing, whatever the heck that is going on there.
Yeah.
We have the Toidus, the Toidle. The
Yeah.
122 TM, which you would think would be one of the main things on the Chinese Dragon Boat thing, because it kind of has this big Chinese motif going on, although it's the Christmas motif.
Yeah.
But that's not included.
No.
I guess it is because it's for sale, but whatever.
Yeah.
The ELC Even 90, the Evil 90, and you can get that little camo set up with it. And then pretty standard stuff otherwise, fellas. That's all that's going on there. You can go over here if you want to buy into the Dragon Boat stuff. It's got its own tab. Slide down, you can see all the different things. Lots of different camos for sale, which are Okay.
Do you know now, and I'm not sure if this is all the premium tanks, but if you buy the ELC 90 now, and you haven't got it, it gives you an instructional video attached to it telling you how to set it up to be a super duper spotter.
Yeah.
It gives
With
you
a-
the equipment you can fit, gives you all the options.
Let me guess.
Yeah,
Camo net and binoculars.
Yes. The Wargaming's typical how you set your tank up video to be the best effective tank on the battlefield, which is absolute rubbish.
Hardening.
Yes, hardening,
Improved.
noisy tracks.
Improved. Whatever. No noisy tracks. It's a playing card stuck in the road wheel that goes
Yeah.
like you do on your bike. Yeah. That way they know you're coming.
Yeah.
Here comes the mighty even 90. Part the waves. Did not know they did that. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's cool.
Okay.
So I only know because on my EU account I bought it the other day and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, little instructional video, but it was telling me to load all sorts of nonsense. Nothing about exhausts or commander's visions or anything else. It was just a load of nonsense. I was like, really? Okay.
Why is BP tank TT-130 a Czech HT but has rockets? Does it have rockets? No way. The TT-130 has rockets?
I don't know. I didn't know that.
Wait a minute. Is that a tier 9? I have a TT-130. It has rockets.
It's coming. It's coming in the game.
No, it's in the game. You can get it from Battle. I did not know that. Well, there
Can
you
you
go.
get it from front? Oh, but Battle Pass, not
No, it's it's a Battle Pass tank.
Battle
The
Pass.
TT-130 with rockets and a bunch of spaced armor. It looks like on the front. Huh. Well, there you go, Pilgrim. I didn't know
There you
that.
go.
I did
New
not know that.
information.
I did not
That's
know
a good
that.
point. The Sutex just brought up actually. Why would you buy a Fury unless you're a collector if you've got the premium tank from the D-Day Battle Pass? Why would you want the Fury?
Just gotta stop asking these logical.
I know.
yeah,
We
I don't
just
know.
have to go with the flow. Stop asking.
So my answer to that is yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes. Yes.
or D, all the above.
Yes.
If you get honors within a light tank mission, you have to equip a camo net. Oh, I didn't know that. That's funny. Fury was out, Gunner Schumann. That's true. Fury's been out for a long time.
I so yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's just a tie into Overlord because a lot of Shermans, I guess, were there, obviously. Something like that. Let's see. That's it for, I think, the website stuff. Nothing else to see there, my friends. Let's go over and check out missions here. There are several missions in here, and there have been multiple codes chucked out there, but the big one is the We Can Do It, which I didn't realize some of these are daily. These are some of the better missions that have been here in the mission tab for a long time because
Yes.
it's 9,000 damage or 4,000 experience, and you're getting 2 colas, 2 foods. I don't know why duty comes first is in there, but it is. They said duty. So that's actually pretty decent. Then you've got times 2s for different things if you do damage vehicles. This is a one. You can't see it. Let me slide up here. This one took 30 vehicles destroyed, but it's a one-time thing. So you got some of these. These are the ones that expire. Speaking of that, where do they show up? Oh, they go first. All right. So remember, if you have ones that expire, now that you highlight right there, see down at the bottom, I have 481 that do not expire and 3 that do expire, and theoretically those go first.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Watch for that, guys, because if you get some of these better ones, you need to use those things. I only have 3 days to get these. So here it says expirable reserves need to be activated. 6 days. 3 and 6 days and 20. Okay. So if you keep getting those at different times, does it list out every single one of them? Or is it must just be the soonest one, I guess. I bet it's probably the soonest
You
one.
would hope it was as logical as
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna have to be the
honest, I've
soonest
never
one.
looked at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're worried about it, I wonder how many. I wonder how many of these things people are going to end up losing.
Unless you're like you and I, where we just click on them every time we open up the game, because I do and you do.
Yeah.
People might just lose them. People might just lose them if they don't use. My advice is just if you've got thousands, just click on them. Doesn't matter if you play one game. Just click on them. Doesn't matter.
We'll talk about the tokens for Overlord in a second because there's some things to think about when you're deciding on that. But top of the tree Z100 in the patent. Road to Tank Fest is out there. There are 5 coins for frontline guys. You have to play 3 battles in frontline to get those 5 coins. Keep up the fight. These were codes, and one of them is for U.S. mediums. I believe it's U.S. mediums. Yes, for U.S. mediums, and this other one is for British mediums. Correct. So you're going to have to do those missions. Top 10 in 6 battles. I don't think you have to win. Doesn't look like it. You don't have to win. So you have to do at least 6 battles and be top 10 of those. That's a pretty good reward for that. If you like those tanks anyway. Watt Salute ×2 because why not? Why not have 2? And then other missions. So that's what's going on there. The Kane do it. There's not a whole lot you have to do with these to pay attention. It's experience and damage.
Sort of run to them. So they do their own, don't they? You just play your games and eventually they'll trigger.
Yep. There's 5 coins as well if you do this. This is a one-off. You can only do this once. And it's top 10. And I don't think you have to win on this one either. No, top 10 experience. So you end up with a day of premium. You get the 5 coins if you're trying to do that. Mouse over how to see the expirable ones you have. Yeah, I think somebody just answered that. But essentially you do what I just did. Just put your mouse and it'll bring up the card. And then you can see the red ones down here. It goes away every time I'm up. You see the one that says 3? It says expirable reserves, then that's it right there. You can't tell just by looking at this though. I think you can tell. See the red glow around this? I believe that red glow is there means you have expirable ones.
Okay.
I think that's what that means. Danger, danger. Let's see what else we got. Well, let's just look at this right now. So we go to the store, then you come down to, the depot, not the store. It's the Homefront Supplies thing with the parachute. It's below my picture right there, but if you click on that, you go to the token store. That's for the Overlord thing. We'll look at the website in a minute. Remember, you've got to go to the website because there's some coins there as well. See how these have a red glow on them right here? That means they expire. And you can hover over and it says 50% for an hour expiring in 7 days. So I thought about using my coins to just get these because honestly I don't really care about more credits. I guess I could sell one tank and do that whole rigmarole. It's sort of a pain in the butt, but I might do it and get the coins. But if these are not a bad thing. If you have all these tanks and you don't want to go through the whole sell a tank and rebuy it stuff. Not rebuy it, but sell it. Wait a minute. Right. Sell it and then get it back because you clicked here. That was challenging my brain, Pilgrim.
Yeah.
It was challenging my brain I'm like, wait a minute.
I
was about to get into Pilgronomics.
Yeah. I was just thinking then, you could do all of those tanks and make yourself a fortune.
Yeah, you just sell all of them and rebuy them, and then no, wait a minute. You are essentially rebuying them with the coins, but yes, all right. Yeah. Recovering them with the coins, that may be the better way. So I thought, all right, I can get 10 of these things. Yeah. I'm like, I'll just dump all my coins in it. And I went, wait a minute, I only have 7 days to use them, so I want to be careful with how I buy these.
Yeah.
Right? So have a think on that, fellas. If you're like, well, I'm going to just do this. Normally, in the past, you just use all your coins and get them, and they'd sit there and use them. So maybe buy them slowly as you go, but remember, this is only going to happen for 21 days. So I think I'm going to have to do the tank thing. My problem is I'm not even going to be back.
Oh, of course not. No.
Right, so this is interactive until July 1st. Yeah, so I won't be back. So basically, I'm going to have to do the tank thing just to get some silver. All right. I just talked myself into it.
Yeah. Well, you've got a week, haven't you?
It's bleeding into my brain, Sutek. I can't help but be infected. Because it's basically genius. Right?
It's got that point now that because Guido's flying out here for World of Tanks, Tank Fest, what he's going to do is while he's on the plane, he's going to get on his phone and refund his airplane ticket to get his money back. But he'll be on the plane, so they can't chuck him
Charge
off.
back on the airplane in international waters. I'm sure there's some legal loophole I should be like literally flying through it right then.
Absolutely.
I like this.
Free of charge.
We'll run this plan down to ground later and see if what we can come up with.
See if it'll work. It's a Pilgrinomics plan.
So it will work, but whether it works to save you money is another question.
Yeah, exactly, because you'll probably land the other end and you won't be able to get back.
Yep. So be careful, fellas. When from now on, these expirable dudes, they might reach out and get you. In the store, guys. If we slide down, there are some discounts right now. These are the frontline tank. Oh, I hate it when it does. There's a bug like this where when you move it, all the cards get all jacked up.
Yeah.
If we come down to here, it is a 50% discount on resetting crew skills and perks. It is a 50% discount on crew training. Converting free experience, that's up here. You can see we're a 1 to 40, I believe. Is that right? Yes, so 1 to 40, which is nice. That's the good one, by the way, I think. Don't they do 1 by 30 or 35 sometimes?
That's maxing it. 1 to 40 is the biggest.
I think that's the best one.
35, 25. 40.
And then, that's the converting crew. So there are some specials for the KN thing there. Remember to get your daily freebie. These are all buying stuff with money, which we just looked at. And then frontline stuff. All right. So that's what's going on in the store. The Stowe. What else? Frontline. I always say it. Remember, get your bounty equipment. That's what I did. My first 3 coins, I ended up grabbing my piece of bounty equipment. I actually might be close to not getting bounty equipment anymore, Pilgrim.
Why?
Because I got a shit ton of it. Yeah, I got a bunch of it.
That'd be interesting, then.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I almost didn't get it this time. I went ahead and got it. But I can only have really so many tanks set up with the bounty equipment. I got the 100 battle challenge going, and I have 5 or 6, 7 tanks I'm playing at one time, and they all have bounty and stuff on them. But if I go here to equipment and I check bounty, look at this. And these aren't. I haven't even spent the 3 million to upgrade yet.
Wow.
I got 3 vents. I've got 2 optics, 6 turbos. I even have a rotation mechanism.
Because there's only a limited amount of those types of equipment you want to use. Because some of them I wouldn't even buy.
Well, that's the other thing. I didn't do it this time. I bought 1 more IA. What I thought I might start doing is just start and grab the other weird ones, and I'll have one just in case for some reason I want to try it for giggles.
Okay.
So I might grab some because I have so many. I have 2 optics. I've got a hardening.
Just grab. Yeah, as you say, well, you might have an artillery piece you want to put something on.
I have 3 LNESs sitting around. I have 2 now IAs, bounty aimings. I don't know, man. Is anyone else waiting for Pilgrim Guido to invade France with borrowed tanks? Yes.
Yes, we're going to do that. D-Day has just happened, isn't it? 6th of June and everything, and we've had quite an interesting D-Day, to be honest. We had our Prime Minister decide to leave early because he doesn't give a toss.
Sushi or whatever his name is?
Yeah, that geezer. Yeah, that one. So he left early, and he was absolutely tore to pieces by the press and the media over here. He has been absolutely mullered, and he's called a general election. So it looks like he's leaving office at the end of next month.
Really?
Oh yeah. He's done and dusted.
I feel like every time I come over, every couple of years I come over, there's some thrash. Does it almost always happen in the summer?
Yeah, I think it's summer madness. I think people get a bit of sunshine and they go a little bit crazy.
Because I feel like I don't hear much about that in the winter. But maybe
No,
it's
people live in their hobbit houses in the winter. They don't come out a lot. You know what I mean? Come the summer, we all get a bit stir crazy, including the politicians.
yeah. They run them out.
Yeah.
All right. So we got. Did Kane do it? We talked about. I think. Oh, Overlord stuff. Remember, fellas, that you've got to go click stuff. All right. Don't forget.
Have you ever?
Don't forget your clicking. So you're going to want to go to the 80th Anniversary Command Center. Slide on down to the map. Right now, I think that's the furthest you can be, the one that says Frontline. The next time you can click and get coins is on the 20th. Check back on the 20th. Wait a minute. Sorry. Yes. This doesn't have coins. This is just an advert.
But yeah, there's stuff about the Tank Fest and there's stuff about all sorts, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this one's the next one you can get coins on. This appears to not have coins available. It's just talking about the We Can Do It.
Yeah. I think there's 3, I want to say 3 or possibly 4 where you get coins. The rest you don't.
Yeah. So anyway, don't forget that. You missed the third one. What's that?
Oh, they expire. I didn't know, Cliffy. Oh, there you go. I did not.
Oh,
know
these
that.
expire. Oh. All right.
Hi,
Like
Jim Kate.
Like that day? The end of that day or what?
I did not
That's
know
a
that.
bummer. All right, well, keep on. I have 45 of 90. I've missed a couple along the way, so I'm not going to get the full 90. As we discussed, you could do 2 tanks because the tanks are 45. So if somehow you manage to at every point, you can do the sell and get back 2 tanks out of it.
Cool.
All right, so that's the Overlord stuff. I think that's it for missions and specials, Pilgrim. Do you have anything else?
No, I think we are maxed out with things that are happening, aren't we?
Yeah, they're all like little weird things, aren't they? They're all like small.
Yeah, well, there is that, isn't it? That's one thing we haven't got. Is this anything that leads to getting a tank at the end, apart from Battle Pass?
Battle Pass, yeah.
Yeah, apart from Battle Pass, but there's no like I want to say like a marathon or anything like that where there's a overpowered premium tank at the end of it.
Yeah, where's our overpowered premium tanks?
Yeah, where is it? Ganache.
All right, we've been at it almost 50 minutes. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to come back. We got some things to talk about, fellas. We have a Ask Me Anything from the developers, which is always fun.
Isn't it?
We've got some discussion about the Overlord stuff and some maintenance coming up and all kinds of fun stuff to talk about. So 5 minutes, and we'll be right back. I need more coffee anyway, Pilgrim. How about you?
Cool. Yeah, I need more tea. Look, you
All right.
had me drink it all, look.
We shall return.
Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message. that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek. For the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jet, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. The mountains are home where he watches the moose and hummingbirds aplenty. But he saw the need for the Watt community to have a guru and lead them gently. Down the road to Unicom land will die, trying hard in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So he broadcast his message far and wide, using YouTube, Twitch.
All right, we back. All right. Let's see. Subjects du jour. The game will be down this evening. Alert, alert. I kind of, not really, I don't know if it's necessarily a mystery, but there's no, it says for maintenance.
Yes, which is odd, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
now, two things come to mind. Well, two things. Two things come to mind. Is I'm getting rubber banding, you're getting stuttering. Maybe there is a problem with the servers having to cope with frontline battle pass and normal gameplay all at the same time. Possibly. Secondly, if you look at the versions, the game versions on EU and NA, there's a mismatch. NA are further ahead in versions than EU.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't got it up now, but it's definitely, I think it's 1 point something 851 and EU's 1 point something 7 something. I can't remember the exact figures, but there's a difference in the versions. So we don't have duality with the versions at this moment in time. Are they always different, Cliffy? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So if that's the case, that's not the problem. But I think there is definitely a problem with their servers are finding it very difficult. I've noticed this on the EU. Normally, my ping is 16-ish to the EU, and they're running, I want to say 6 clients to the EU. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, which I can access, and then 5 and 6 are
6 servers,
the
yeah.
other people. Yeah. And I'm getting 33 to 50 ping. And I think the servers are finding it quite hard to deal with having Battle Pass Frontline and normal games going on at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my opinion. Anyway.
It's significant enough that the game will be down from 5 to 8 scheduled anyway.
Yeah, 3 hours.
And is that right? Did I do that math right? Yeah, 1,700 to 2,000 for us, and then obviously in the middle of the evening or middle of the night for you guys.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be another 5 hours on through, for us anyway, through early Monday morning, or I guess overnight and through early Monday. That things like making an account, messing around, changing your passwords, adding or subtracting subscriptions, premium shop, bonus codes, none of that stuff's going to work while they bring everything back up. So something relatively significant is happening there. Frontline has always been a bit less stable. So anyway, if you were planning on sitting around starting about 5 this evening Central Time and having a nice Sunday game of tanks, then you're probably not going to.
Unless you go to War Thunder.
You
They're
may
still operating.
Yeah, you may have to find something else to do. So that's happening. There you go. What else we got? How about this? How about let's go check out these cool new missions they promised us for Operation Overlord. Just kidding, it's the same too. You just have to do them in different ways.
Yeah.
Has anybody managed to do this or even bothered with it? I mean, there are rewards. Let's see, what do we got? If you're on regular, there's another 15 battle pass points, 50,000, some free experience and some camo. And if you do it without losing a vehicle, some other doodads. Oh. This. Tricked you. Still can't see it. Take that. Here you go. Operation Overlord, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at riggers. It's like, okay, in 15 minutes. I don't know.
Well, yes, I guess it's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if 15 minutes is possible. I mean, it is. Someone's done it more than likely. But the advice that I gave of, hey, don't worry about time, just carefully move through it and bomb them. Well, you can't do that. You gotta get on it.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're trying to do now rigorous, I think regular you might be able to knock these out potentially in a game or two. I feel like this one, especially the 15-minute one and the don't lose a guy one, you're gonna probably be doing those multiple times to get that done, even if you are good. And because each time you do that, you don't get anything if you lose.
Yeah.
I don't see the draw, to be honest. Even though
No. I think Cliffy's got it right as well, Guido. It's a whole lot of replay, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just the same thing again and again and again until you crack it. You're like, okay.
I mean, it's a decent amount of reward. It's 75
Yeah.
bonds, 175,000 silver, 4,500 free experience, a style, and some decals.
Of course. Life isn't fun without decals. Yeah. Does it incentivize me enough to grind it? No. Don't think so.
This is interesting. Look. So the card comes up when I hover over it, but watch this. If I do it here, oh no, that's that. Put it above again. What changed? It was putting it down below. Oh, there we go.
That's odd, isn't it?
I don't know what the difference is.
That's an oddity.
It actually put it below. You can't see it because it's behind my camera, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, I see. It disappears behind you and then goes up above. Odd.
Okay. Weird. Okie dokies.
Yeah, they can't fix the maps, can they? They can't fix the maps to display the player's name from the right to the left as opposed to the left to the right. So the thing just disappears off.
I still don't understand why they reverted that.
they
I
can't
don't.
fix that.
I can't wrap my mind around it. Any of you competitive guys know why that was? I know that it came from the competitive side. People complained about it, and I still don't understand what the problem was. I guess they were saying it was over top of the other ones, but I'd rather try to work through that than just not have anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one still flummoxes me. I'm still flummoxed. Zemke, thanks, man. Appreciate the sub. Appreciate that, man. Okay, so we got that. That's I don't know. No one answered, so I guess no one's even bothered to try.
Yeah, true, Grendel. They can make it an alt command. You can just alter it yourself.
Yeah.
It's yours.
I don't know.
Anyway.
So have you guys? I know we put it in the clan chat. Did you see the ships thing?
Yes. Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That was interesting. Wows. Well done. Wows. Ollie.
So I'm just trying to find it here real quick. Where is this thing? Oh, where's it
That was
gone?
almost like the bagpipe player, wasn't it? Really?
It is. Is it gone? Did they remove it?
Have they got rid of it? Well, yeah, Grendel. At least they're not.
No, they didn't. Here it is.
Girls. No, it's there.
There it is. All right. So close your eyes if you're easily offended.
Yeah, Cliffy. Those ladies were definitely cold. You could tell.
Who are these people? Are these just names? Am I supposed to know who they are?
No. I would hate to think that they're actually real people, because that would be so bad, wouldn't it?
Famous sailors.
Yes, they are. Oh, jolly Jack Tars, Grendel. That's what they are. Jolly Jack Tars.
I mean, World of Warships. They're just.
They don't care, do they?
They don't care.
That's right.
No, there's. It's like whatever. Yeah, that's what we're doing. It's how we're doing it. Anywho's, there you go.
Jimmy, like we're actually reading their names. I didn't get their names at all. I didn't even know they had names.
Well, I mean, that's a good.
Look at
They both had good points, though.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was cold.
Excellent points. That's weird. Although, to be honest, if you look at the anime stuff, they have the same thing. They got their skirts popping up and their stuff hanging
Yes.
out, and it's.
Yes. Just don't need it, do you? Really? But still.
Anywho's, that's what's going on over there. So why not?
Can you imagine Baldur's Gate having that sort of nonsense going on, or any other game?
Oh, Baldur's Gate does. Baldur's Gate.
Oh, does
has.
it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they have like. I was thinking about this the other day because I was
Do
reading
they have serving wenches?
No, I was reading
Provocatively.
all these new games. They love to have romances. All these RPGs. So it's the nerd's fever dream of romancing an elf or whatever.
Sorry.
And then of course it's all the woke stuff of every version of person of every orientation known to man. Right.
Here's a question then, Baldur's Gate. Here's a question about various games where you can either play through a scenario to get better armor or buy better armor at a trader or whatever. How come, like, the best armor in the game for a man is like big, chunky, full armor, and how come the best armor for a female character is tiny, really little things?
Looks like the two girls from World of Warships.
There you go,
Made of
exactly.
made of chainmail or
Best
something.
armor.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Best armor.
There's a great YouTube group that does they do all that stuff dealing with RPGs, and it's really funny.
Oh, is there?
Viva La Dirt League, I believe, something like that.
Oh, okay.
I think
All
they're
right,
out
I'll
of
check it out.
they're out of New Zealand or Australia. Yeah, it's either Australia or New Zealand, Grendel. I don't remember
Oh,
which.
they're Aussies. Okay.
Maybe they're Aussies,
Yeah,
and there's a
funny.
couple New Zealanders that are in it or whatever. They do little vignettes and videos of stuff like that. They're very funny. One of them is exactly that thing. The
What's
female
the
comes
name?
up to the. I think it's a Viva La Dirt League.
Viva La Dirt. Okay.
Viva
I'll
La
write that
Dirt
down.
League.
Viva La Dirt League. Okay.
So when they do the videos, there'll be like the person's name hovering over their head. It's real time, it's real life, but they'll do the little thing. It's very clever how they do it.
Yeah.
So the girl comes.
I'm glad somebody's done it because I think that was a good idea
Yeah.
to do something like that.
Girl runs up to the merchant, and the guy comes up right before, and he goes, "I want the armor of blah blah blah." And he goes, "Here's the money." And he goes, "Sure." And bing, and of course, then he's all decked out in this really awesome armor. She's like, "Oh
Cool,
yeah."
yeah.
So she comes up next to, "I want the armor of whatever," and he's like, "Sure." And ding, and she's like, "What the hell?"
Brilliant. Brilliant.
But all that stuff, all that. Here, let's go over. We gotta go to the coffee shop to talk about this. We gotta get in the coffee shop. All that stuff is just covered up in all the new RPG. I played Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid, and I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Never once did my group sit around and talk about romancing some other,
No.
like that had nothing to do with what we were doing.
No. It's all about the tactics. It's all about, you know, the skills and everything else, isn't it? Why is it about triangles? Got no idea.
Yeah. But anyway, so as good as Baldur's Gate was, that was one of the things that irritated me. Like every time I turned around and one of them was saying something or coming on to someone or the other, I'm like, oh, for God's sake, I don't want to deal with this crap.
No.
Yeah.
Just want to play a game.
Yeah, I'm just trying to kill things and run around
Yeah.
and get a bigger sword to whack something with. I don't know.
The thing is, with romance in real life, it's a bunch of flowers once a year, isn't it? So let's do the bunch of flowers and move on, for crying out loud. Do you know what I mean?
The problem, one of the biggest problems for me with that whole thing is all of the fighting about it that goes on. Because it's an immediate
Yeah.
it's an immediate fight. It's an immediate controversy on one side
It's a
or the
trigger
other.
point, isn't it?
Right, it's immediate trigger point, and now everyone's pissing and moaning about their, version of life and how things should go.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
The D&D scene and community where Annie seduces the wench is a classic, though.
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah.
Dear.
All right. Where were we? What were we talking about?
Question and answer coming on too, aren't we?
Yeah. Let's roll over there because I've completely lost my train of thought, which is fine.
All right.
Not that it was an impressive train anyway. Are you? Yeah, toot. RU is their battle pass is going. They have the 50M, the M5Y, and the Carl, so they're not doing the D-Day thing. You know what?
Why
I could have swore the other day. Somebody help me. Where do you get the BZ72-1? This is the 74-1. There's a BZ72-1 out there. That's in our
Have you seen it
files.
in-game?
No, it's in our files.
Oh, it's in the files.
The BZ, this is the BZ74-1. Thank you for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Jave, Jeff, J4VE5, welcome, man. I could have swore I saw 74-1 in game, but it's not. It's not currently in the files in terms of you can see it in the comparison tool. You can see a 72-1, and maybe it was the 72-1 that I saw. I might be misremembering. But where do you get that? Javes? All right, Javes.
I have no idea.
Anyone know? Cliffy, do you know where you get a 72-1? Where is that thing? Is that a what is it?
It's not a reward tank, is it?
Is it the competitive thing? What's it called? The 7v7 thing I never
Onslaught?
played. Onslaught. Is that an Onslaught tank? I don't know.
I didn't see. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Skill has a video out on it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's released. It's in our files. The 72-1 you can see in the comparison tool. I could have swore I saw 74-1, but this is what RU, so I don't know if this is some further thing they're doing or it's a black market thing. Yeah, I don't know. Now this is assembly shop for RU for the ZEP 74-1. That's not for us. That's the RU thing. There's a bonus code right here, guys. There's a couple of them. I wonder if I still have it here. Yep. There you go. That's for NA. There, let's see, diving down here, what do we got? There's another championship thing if you're into the competitive scene right here. Get your team together. I don't know when's it going to happen. Let's see here. General conditions, let's see. World of Tanks Championship International returns in November. Oh, it's in China?
Oh, I don't
Winning
know.
team will take home the title and $1 million yuan, which is 128,000 pounds.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It looks like I guess you're going to go to China if you get there, huh? There's a lot of conditions here. You have to read this and see if you are eligible or willing to do whatever it takes, provided you can get to that point. Got to be 18 or older. So you're gonna have to get a Chinese visa, cooperate with the WCI tournament organizer in the visa application process, bearing certain visa expenses, which will later be compensated by the WCI tournament organization upon the provision of payment documents, which must be kept by the player. Oh my goodness gracious. Foreign travel documents, not being subject to any specific restrictions that would prevent departure from their country, providing travel document details and personal data to the WCI tournament. Yeah, that's a hard no for me, dog.
I could not go there because they would still want to talk to me about my chocolate birthday cake, wouldn't they?
First of all, I couldn't get there playing wise, so let's just not. This is not me saying it's a hard no, and I'm not going because of that. I'm not going because I can't play that well. But say I could, it's a hard no.
Oh yeah, yeah, without saying.
So it was available. Is that right, Cliffy? Yeah, okay. So there should be some of these rolling around. What was I doing that I missed this? Don't know. Huh. Well, there you go. I don't even remember that tank. So
M35 Model 46.
if you're willing to go to China and give them a bunch of personal information that you probably don't want to give them, and then understand that all of that information will go to the Chinese government because that's how they roll, go for it.
Yeah.
Server maintenance we talked about. There's some kind of interesting articles on the different tanks for Normandy that I thought were not bad. These are the discounts. Let's keep rolling because we're getting to the interesting stuff here. This is the oh, does this have?
For many, summer is a
Hold on,
slow
this is-
season, but not in World of Warships.
This is the World of Warships thing. Let's see what it says here.
The Summer Festival, with a refreshing mix of cool bundles and valuable items for doubloons and summer tokens. We've updated the bundles with doubloons in the premium shop.
All right.
And you'll be getting bonus summer tokens with each purchase you make during the first 2 weeks of the event. Later on, you'll be able to get these tokens.
Yeah, I almost feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's not a website I should be watching.
No, it's like a over 18s thing.
Yeah.
For starters, you can use your
It's like, can I get in trouble for this on Twitch? Am I actually, have I not put down the,
as well as a stunning
appropriate age rating and content warning on this?
These are limited time offers though, so keep your eye out for them.
Ah,
There are
dear.
even more super hot items that you can grab with summer tokens.
Super hot items.
Yourself with a selection of
Yeah.
summer-themed containers and premium containers.
Okay.
And join us in welcoming 2 scorching new commanders.
Scorching new commanders.
Points and individual voiceovers. Martina Verano
Fire alarm!
and Federica Esteval.
Good luck, everyone.
If you have some spare doubloons, we have something else that might spark your interest, especially.
No, no.
Okay.
Oh, no. I don't want my interest to be sparked.
Yeah. It's hot. Okay. All right. Question and answer. What? Ask me anything. Crew perk changes. Q&A with product owner Evgeny Kristapovich and lead designer Igor Svetkov. All right.
Oh, we know Igor. We know Igor very well, don't we?
Yeah. Product owner, pride in the lead designer, yada yada. All right, question. These are fun. I don't know, Wayne. I don't know. Do you think adding perks that increase crew efficiency, tank speed, and DPM even further is a good idea? Who thinks that's a good idea?
No. No. Don't even think it.
Well, here's the best part. Here's the answer is fantastic. Here we have considered several factors, including the things we believe that play a factor in the frequency of turbo battles and the speed of battles. Good. They should think about that.
Yeah.
The truth, sure, is that we are very limited by characteristics that are non-toxic and safe enough in terms of balance. True. At the same time, we need to make the new perks useful and in demand. Ideally, people would want to use them, yes. Those are kind of diametrically opposed, aren't they? We do not intend to speed up the gameplay too much.
Too much. Okay. There is not a not at all there at all, is there? There's a too much.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Everything's going to have wheels.
It's a little faster. It's not that fast, it's a little bit. All right. That's why all these perks do not work all the time, but are activated under certain conditions, which makes them less universal. Well, that's the problem, one of them anyway. As for the speed, +1 km/h, this change cannot significantly affect the speed of the game.
Yeah, it can, because it's +1 of a speed that's already fast.
Right.
So
And
yes, of course it will.
he's hanging his hat on one bonus of all the bonuses.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Taken alone, that's true, but it's not. It's a whole package of the same little bonuses. Anywho's, the purpose of the perk is different. Oh, good. Let's hear their purpose of the perk, because it's always fun to see what their intentions are, and then juxtapose them against what actually happens. They rarely are the same thing. Sometimes, but rarely. To give an advantage in survivability when tanking, mainly for heavy tanks. Okay, I don't know which one he's talking about, to be honest, whether it's just a heavy tank perk or whatever. But anyway, interesting thing to hang your hat on. That was second, I guess, because then he says thirdly. Thirdly, can understand that players are concerned about turbo battles. Now, this is the best part, guys, because we're about to get the reason why turbo battles happen.
In his opinion. There we go.
Are you ready for it? Which the question refers to is not in the increased characteristics of the vehicles. So it's not the increased characteristics, guys, that causes turbo battles. That's not it. Okay? In most cases, a turbo battle occurs when the main tank in the team moves in an irrational direction and ultimately does not provide the expected advantage.
Oh, that is so much BS.
It's your fault.
Unbelievable.
It's the player's fault.
Unbelievable.
Turbo battles are the player's fault.
Yeah. Yeah, because every turbo battle we've all been in, we've had one player go somewhere he shouldn't go, and that's what's caused it.
100%.
Oh, man.
It's the player's fault.
It is down to the characteristics of the recent spate of vehicles they've introduced into the game that has increased the likelihood of a turbo battle. It's plain and simple. Even an idiot can see that. Even somebody who lives in Monkey World could see that. Good grief.
It's your fault, fellas.
Yeah. Stop going to places you're not supposed to go. Do as you're told and be a good wargaming player and go to the places that wargaming dictate where you should be given the class of tank you're playing.
Correct.
Simple.
If you would play the game according to our intentions, then there would be no turbo battles.
Absolutely. Stop going off piste. Just stay on piste and you'll win every battle. Every battle. You'll have a 92% win rate if you stay on piste.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that this afternoon on the EU. See how many love messages I get.
Yep.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. There's a lot of comments in there, and there's good points on both sides. I am not necessarily coming down on one side or the other, to be honest. I believe that both things are important. Clearly, how somebody plays the game matters to how the battle goes. And you certainly can have a critical tank go to a very wrong spot and pork it away, or just get deleted early, and then you're behind the power curve. That hurts. Over time, you're going to lose more of those games than you'll win, depending on how good you are. Some really good players will bring more of those back than bad players will. Howsomever, you cannot discount the increase of everything in the game over the years. You can't say that doesn't have anything to do with it. Just because you can delete, one of the reasons when people make mistakes, they get deleted so fast is because of all those things.
Yes, because you've got auto loader reloaders.
Because a good
Take you out with one.
good player will take advantage of that and delete people who make mistakes, which is going to exacerbate mistakes. So yes, it's a cart before the horse, depending on how you want to look at it. Yes, the player made a mistake and got deleted, and that caused a problem for his team. But also at the same time, he was deleted so fast, not only because he was dumb, but because everything is so accurate and faster and shoots more. And you can get punished harder now for making those mistakes. So it's not a one or the other. You can't be a designer and go, well, it's the player's fault. You can't really be a player and go, well, it's the designer's fault. But what do we each have control of? I have control over me as the player. They have control of them as the designer.
Yeah.
So you can't go, well, I'm going to keep on upping all these bonuses, make things faster, better, stronger, whatever, and then blame the player because my faster, better, stronger stuff is being used to make the games less interesting and equal and faster and all that.
Given that statement, Guido, if you look at the replies from the guys here, there's 5, 6, maybe 7 different reasons all clumped together why we end up with turbo battles, and every one of them is valid. So things like, bots on a team. What else have we got there? You've got quite a few things. More unicorns on one side than the other. The is skewed, so you've got heavy tanks that are not really heavy tanks on one team, and heavy tanks that are heavy tanks on another team, and so on and so on and so on. So you look at what the replies you get from everybody.
Yeah, everyone's got an opinion. I think
you bang it all together, and there's your problem.
Well, I think Cliffy mentioned that the game design lends itself to that. We've talked about that many times, and it's hard to balance things like that. My issue with the question is just blaming it on the players.
Well, that's it.
Our design, we took this all into account. It's all been very carefully balanced, and if insofar as there is a problem, it's the player's fault.
Yeah, it's the players because they're not going to the right places and using the tank in the way it's designed.
And ultimately, I guess so. You designed the game and people play it, and then if there's a turbo battle, it's the people playing. It's not like they have AI doing it, and it's what I mean. It's so, but it's a tone deaf, stupid thing to say.
Absolutely.
And it's not completely true, in my opinion.
No.
I don't know. I'm not sure about the game length thing. I know when they crunch the numbers that it always comes in about the same amount of time for the last decade, the average game. I don't wonder.
Average is a bad marker.
Well, it can be if you're trying to take it in a one-off, in a vacuum,
yes,
without any other information, which is what I'm bringing up. I'm wondering if maybe there are more shorter games and more longer games. Because I feel like
that would be a better indicator.
Yeah.
Getting that data would be a better indicator.
But I don't know. They all go about the same speed. But I do personally feel like there are more Romple stomps though, and that's another question. Turbo battles. There's a couple ways to interpret it. One is just pure time. The other one is the mismatch in results.
Yeah.
You can have a 3 to 15 that can go 5 minutes, or you can have one that goes 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, depending on it. Generally, they're fast because you rarely get a really long 2 to 15 game. But there can be a significant variation within the, say, 3 to 7 minute range. Some of it is just map design. It just takes a while to get places. And even though you're going to win 3 to 15 or 2 to 15, because of how much map you got to cover and the maneuvering, it might take a while to do. Other maps are closer, and you get to a 2 to 15, 3 to 15 within 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Depending on, you know. So there's another factor of dozens that you could look at. But it does feel like to me that there's many more mismatched games that I'll come out and go, wow, that was nuts. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot on NA because of our population is so much lower. I'm seeing a lot more games now where one team will have 3 heavies and the other one will have 2 at the top.
Yeah.
And while that's not always a problem, and yes, they balance it later and the hit points do come out relatively the same, that's a tough one to overcome on most maps. Not all, but I will say most. And especially if you end up with, you know, a couple of pref tanks. Yeah, you have a WZ and IS6, and they have a 7032, a Skoda, and some other, you know, good heavy. You're like, shit, this is going to be a tough slog. If we win this, it's going to be pretty amazing.
Especially if they deploy to the brawling area. You know, I mean, if like Wargaming say, if they go to the right place, and you've got 3 of those, you know, better. I want to call them better, but 3 of those tanks, and you're up against them, and you've got, you know, and those 3 players are just going to absolutely crucify. You know.
Yeah, Grendel says it's been pretty, and I tend to believe that. Periodically, people will do fairly large sample size looks at it, and it almost always comes out kind of the same way. That nothing's really changing that much. So I don't know. But I'm just not really a fan of these bonuses that are situational, and they all seem to be tied in very much so to working as a platoon and being close together near the front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think some 3-man platoons with the right builds are going to be absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
With some of these skills. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overplaying that a bit. I don't know. But you see these guys that know how to do this. They'll build stuff up, and then it could get crazy. Well, yeah, the definitions matter, Grendel. It's like agreeing on what's OP and what's broken. What's a turbo battle? What's too long of a battle? What's too short of a battle? The definitions matter. If people don't even agree on the definitions, then it's hard to even have discussions.
It's hard then to take a sample, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's very, very objective. It's very subjective,
yeah.
I should say. If, trying to do a sample of.
But this is coming. It's coming. So we'll see what happens with the platoons. That'd be very interesting. I would hate to run into some of these really good players in a 3-man platoon. It's tough anyway, the way it is now, and then add extra bonuses that the rest of the guys around them don't have because they're not playing in that manner. Wow, that could be rough.
Yeah, that's like having a T95 under your belt every day.
Yeah,
isn't it? Every
day. Why would we accept that equipment can be swapped out at the start of a battle, but skills cannot? I guess what they're getting at there is let people have a bunch of skills, but then select the ones you want to use for the battle, kind of like you would set up equipment. I don't know. Now, the answer is more interesting than the question. Question, I'm not 100% sure what they're getting at. But there's a little nugget in here that I thought was really fascinating. The secondary equipment loadout is an unpopular feature. I saw that, I'm like, what are you talking about? We see that less than 2% of players use it, so the benefits of such system does not pay out for most players. And we don't want the same fate for perks. Also, an additional layer makes it more complicated. I thought that was really interesting.
To me, that just sounds as if the real answer is the second statement, I think. It's more complicated into the game. I don't think it's got anything to do with less than 2% of players use it. I think it's more to do with there's a coding complication that they can't really, they don't want to just go down that road.
Well, Bruin Bro is exactly right. What does that mean? As in, only in 2% of games do people swap? Or do only 2% of the player base ever touch the button?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would tend to believe either, to be honest. I'm a pretty good player and I do use it, but I don't use it very often because I don't need to. Like, it's not, a lot of times I forget. That's one thing. I should probably use it more than I do. I haven't set up all my tanks with it because I can't really be bothered. In most tanks, I don't really care to have another setup anyway. But I do have a few tanks along the way that I have other setups. And if I'm thinking about it, I think it's a great thing to have.
Oh, without a doubt. If you, for example, if you set your scout up to scout, your light tank to scout, and you get Himmelsdorf, you to have the opportunity to change that round to just have maybe a little bit more firepower or a little bit more that's not scouty. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I think, yeah, definitely.
I mean, honestly, the two tanks that can use it the best, the two classes that use it the best are lights and mediums, because you can take a medium and switch it to a vision setup. On the off chance you might be able to do that, I have a video, a really nice video of one of you guys that did that coming up next week, or maybe the week after, but a massive amount of assist because he switched to a vision setup. Absolutely amazing game.
Absolutely.
And he used that system to do so. So yeah, I don't know what to make of that, to be honest. The answer is interesting to me on many levels, one of which is like, all right, are they just going to ignore that or get rid of it? Or what do they mean by it's not popular? What does that mean to them? I think it's a good system. I like that it's in there, to be honest.
And I just wonder how they've done that data collection. It's not popular. The amount of times people have clicked on it.
Right, that's what we don't know. What's the definition?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Grendel says all his lights and mediums have a second setup, and I use them all the time. But that, if you get loaded into a map and it's good for the setup you've already got in the tank, you're not going to click the button, are you? You're not going to change it.
So 8th Husser says 42% of battles end as 5 to 15 or worse. Wow. Where'd you get that number? That seems really high. That would, if that is true, that's why it seems like there's a lot of those kind of fights, because there are.
Yeah, it's almost 50. Well, it's almost half, isn't it?
Yeah.
42%.
All right, let's move on. As it stands, World Tanks is a vastly complex game with many very. Oh, sorry, that's already answered that. Oh no, that is the second one. With many variables and positional considerations for players to make determine how and when to act. When the introduction, of so many new conditional crew skills, are the team of wargaming concerned over whether they may overcomplicate gameplay? We don't think situational perks currently being tested add complexity to the gameplay. Bullshit. Of course they do. The tests, including the current one, show that more than 90% of players have no problems understanding and using these perks. Okay, really? Okay, where's that number come from? It's a matter of choice, after all. True. Situational perks obviously require more skill. Wait a minute. So, out of one side of his mouth it says does not add complexity to gameplay.
But then.
And then it says, but it requires more skill and coordination.
Well.
I realize he's coming at those from slightly different angles, but they're basically the same. We believe players will get used to them. True. We will be closely monitoring the new system. We want to make sure that situational skills also contribute to the variety and customizable gameplay we want to achieve without breaking the balance. Well, most of them are wrapped around punchy face, which is what they seem to always like to try to push people to. The current proposal with 6 skills inadvertently buffs heavies, brawling mediums, or assault TDs that do not need the camo skill because they get to choose an extra more useful new skill. A way to fix this would be making it like firefighting with one person. With the introduction of bonus perks, we believe that most LTs and MTs will be on par in terms of performance. The crews of those vehicles also have the double specialties that are now limited to 6 perks. Double specialties. Players will need to sacrifice some perks over others, which should make the new system much fairer than the current one. Okay. Also, crew perks are part of the tank. So they get into this thing here for a while about how many skills you could have and fairness and the idea that we're going to make it, air quotes, fairer for new players against older players because it's rebalancing the perks and whatnot. But at the end of the day, the older players' crews are still going to have more perks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not really following the logic. It's not very logical. And even now, the reality of today's perk system is once you get past 3 or 4, there's a law of diminishing returns because the other ones aren't very good.
Yeah.
Unless it's
and also very, very expensive.
Yeah, unless it's like a mana core or something that still has stuff to get. 3 crew. But if you're a 4 crew or more, at about 3 or 4, you've got all the air quotes good ones. And yes, there's some advantage to get other things as you move along, but it's not exponential or even linear, to be honest. I'm not talking about the experience for how you get it. I'm just saying what extra goodness you get out of it. So I don't really see how they make that argument that now that you can no kidding have 6 really good ones, because you can have 6 really good ones. How that's fairer to a new person who's now only going to have 3 really good ones to your 6 really good ones. I don't know. Yeah, I see it. I see it the same way at Hussars. It sounds to me more or less like the same problem. I have lots of crews. I hope you don't intend to reset all their skills, so I have to select all those skills on each and every. Yes, of course that's what they intend. You would have to. We added a special button for mass training and resetting, so there will be a button for it to automatically retrain to what they think it should be. I would highly recommend against that button. There's one that will reset every crew member. There's also a button, let's see, we have given players a free perk reset for every crew member. Here's what I don't know, Pilgrim. If I press the mass reset, do I also have 1 reset left, or did that just burn my reset for that crew? I think it doesn't. I think what they're getting at is you can reset your crew to a setup, and then they'll give you 1 more reset, I think.
Right, okay.
I hope that's
Otherwise,
what it is, because otherwise, your 1 free reset is just the 1 free reset. Yeah,
yeah.
and you can do it. You can do it manually. They did say that you can do it manually, which I recommend you do that.
I more than likely what I would be doing is selecting the tank with the crew in it that I want to play, and then go through the whole nonsense of sorting the crew out before I go and play it. I won't be going through every tank I've got sorting crew out.
I think I'll probably use the mass reset, Pilgrim. I'll just click it. I'm not going to use the mass retrain. I'm going to use just take it all to 0, dump all the experience into each crew, and then as I work through the crews, I'll
just keep clicking, just click
pick,
them back up.
Just
yeah.
set it up the way I want it, and hopefully there's 1 more free one at least for some amount of time in case I pick something I don't like. Yeah. But there you go on that. So they've got that sorted out, more or less. Given that Crew 1.0 was balanced around 3 skills, I don't know if they ever said that. Maybe they did, but de facto that was true. To be competitive, Crew 2.0 is balanced around 6 perks. What is the rationale for changing the perk balance point? Why perk limit 6? Meaningful choice is great. Want to grind towards 9, 10, 11, 12, yada yada. Both statements aren't true, to be honest. I think that's kind of true. In the current system, you still want to have as many perks as possible. Okay. Even though they don't provide a lot of advantages after the 3rd or 4th. That's a distinction without a difference, in my opinion. I mean, I understand what both of them are saying, but they're also saying the same thing, so whatever. But we implemented more perks not because we think that 3 is a bad competitive border, but because we want the crew system to be valuable for players. Oh, BS. Reach 3 perks. It is a matter of week or even days if you have a member with 2 0 perks. In such reality, you will lose interest in this aspect very fast. 6 perks, it is achievable level, but requires much more effort, even though you just said we can get there in several weeks. Pays out much more. Such limitation makes all the crew system much fairer for players. Doubtful. Giving an achievable goal for each crew member. I mean, there's no bad thing about expanding it and making more grind and goals for people. I don't think that's really a problem. But it is difficult to balance because now you're adding more bonuses to things. And now you're giving more bonuses to more experienced players. All this fairness stuff is, if you wanted to be fair, you would, I mean, the only way to do it fairly would be to take away experience from experienced players and give it to the inexperienced.
Yes.
And that's, you know,
Yeah.
that's not what we're trying to do here.
No.
So, I don't know. That was like a whole lot of nothing response to that, to be honest. And I don't even know what the question was really getting at. Honestly, like really, what was it getting at? I'm an experienced player. You know, why are you trying to help people? Or I don't know. They do talk about monetization. There's not even a hint of monetization in this proposed crew work. Talks about some of the, I'm not going to go through all this, but they say monetization was never a core and decisive aspect of this crew feature and rework. In all iterations, we tried and focused on how to improve the system, make it more diverse. That's not true.
No.
The whole game is monetization. So the whole
course,
reason
yes.
for the
They-
crew, yeah, they're trying to make people play.
Yeah.
Make, that's not the word. Trying to entice people to play their game.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly, Cliffy. Fair would be no perks. Which is why I was against all of the expanding skills and stuff years and years and years ago, and why I have been against a lot of these additions. But it's added complexity, it's given people goals to go towards, it's the standard life cycle of games.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Sure, we could have kept it at 3 pieces of equipment or whatever, 3 skills. What was it? Camo, repair, and what was the other one?
Fence.
No, that's equipment. Remember the skills were camo,
Oh, skills.
repair, firefighting.
Firefighting.
Sure, we could have left it at that, but probably that would have helped reduce the interest in the game over time, and we'd have less players now, more than likely. Right? So they got to do stuff. I get that.
Yeah.
And his answer's true, because what he's saying is specifically within this reset, we're not charging you money.
Because of the free reset. Yeah,
Sure.
I can understand
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it is monetized because it's part of the whole system. Not just, but it's not directly, I guess.
No.
How do you intend to maintain fair play across new, returning, and current long term? What a dumb question. You don't.
No. It's just the
don't.
way it is. If you leave the game or you start the game fresh, then you start fresh. It's as simple as that. You don't get the same benefits of somebody who's played 12 years.
Right.
No, you don't.
Those guys have built up their account. The way you maintain fair play is you make your game as balanced as possible. Obviously, you're never going to be perfect at it. But anyway, World Tanks has already had numerous discussions about how fair the game is to newer players, how advantageous it is, yada yada. What sort of ways can you ensure this gap does not? All right. As mentioned already in previous answers, the main point of this crew system is to reduce the gap between all kinds of players. I just don't see that. I don't understand how you even think that is a thing. This isn't the first change aimed at that, but with the perk limitation, the default 6 cents, retraining bonuses, grace periods, generous conversion rates will be reducing the gap. What are you talking about?
No.
I mean, the default 6 cents makes sense in that context because everyone has it. All right, there you go. Everyone has it. The rest of it, I don't know. The new system is much friendlier to newcomers than the current one. I don't see that either. The 6 perks limitation won't allow players to go to unreachable performances of 7, 8, and 9. Instead, it now offers a ceiling and for new players to achieve. All right. That was true in the past, to be honest. So that's a nothing answer in terms of, or in my opinion anyway. Yeah, Grendel, they all have the same issue for sure. They're outlining, yeah. Players need goals to work towards. Do you really feel that just earning crew books? I thought that was an okay plan. He mentions in here maybe silver or free XP or something. That could be a possibility. but at least you get something for continuing to grind your crews, right? It doesn't help that crew, but it may help other crews. Although I don't know what it takes to get 6. What does your crew, has anyone done the math? I know we've talked about it several times. What does your crew have to have perks wise right now to automatically get 6? Is it 6? Or is it something past 6? I think the amount of experience is the same. So I believe if you have 6 skill crew, you have a 6 skill crew in the new system. I think.
So for example, your Manticore, which effectively have got every skill going on the 2 crew.
They are 8 skills on their 9th, but remember the Manticore has multi skills, which doesn't necessarily matter for this. Doesn't matter for this because the extra ones kind of happen as you get the others. So I think because I have 8, I'm well past. So I'm really going to lose experience on that. But I won't lose skills necessarily. I will have max 6 skills, and then I'm going to have 3 and 3 for the other 2 positions he does, the radio operator and gunner. Yeah. So he will end up with 9 skills. Sorry, Math in Public, 12 skills.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think that's what's going to happen anyway. Why can't the perks that are basically required, like Brothers in Arms, or proposed RNG reduction, etc., be baked into the game like 6th Sense was, and we just have more skills and perks? What a dumb question. Because it's just giving more free skills. For what reason? That's the exact one of the exact reasons I didn't want 6th Sense to be just given. Because then you start to make arguments for the other things. So he claims actually in his answer, simply because if every player has these perks, it would mean the same as if no one had them. Okay, true. That's why 6th Sense should have stayed the way it was. But the developers considered it an important enough part of gameplay that it needed to be baked in. I can accept that. I get where they're coming from on that.
Well, you see, I think there was a lot of noise about 6th Sense, and I don't think I don't think it should be baked into the game in any way, shape, or form. I just think it is just, because it's a choice you had.
Right. It was an important skill. Get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you chose not to get it and had BIA instead as your first skill, that's fine. But it was your choice. Now every commander has 6th Sense.
Yeah.
It negates the use of that skill.
Well, it just becomes a game mechanic vice a skill.
Game mechanic.
Exactly. It's just now a baked-in game mechanic that you have to understand how to use and whatnot. Yeah. My concern with doing that is this kind of argument that other things should then be baked into it.
It leads to, why not have everybody has all the same skills or no skills at all?
Yeah.
One or the other.
So I thought it was interesting that he answers, says, I would argue with people who claim that such perks are mandatory in the new system. Think about it. Let's take Brothers in Arms. Like, are you really going to argue that Brothers in Arms is not mandatory? A 5-person crew needs to spend 5 perk slots to get 5% bonus. Yeah. Let's consider the commander. Are you sure that taking Brothers in Arms specifically for them is the best idea? Yes. Because if we take, say, Emergency instead, we lose 1% crew bonus, but gain much more. In a situation. What is he talking about?
No.
Bro.
I am absolutely flummoxed. Flummoxed is the word. No idea.
Yeah, poorly, Cliffy. So the choices point is good, and there's certainly examples of that where you would make certain choices about what you could use. But Brothers in Arms is not that one of those. Trying to argue that you should take something other than Brothers in Arms, do you even play the game, dude? Like, what are you talking about?
Do you not have the commander get his mentor skill before Brothers in Arms? Do you not do that?
Yeah, I definitely do that.
Absolutely do that. Yeah.
I mean, Brothers in Arms, that's a no-brainer. Get it. You get it. Yeah.
It's like back in the day back in the day, the equipment setup was always vents. You always put vents on your equipment. I mean, you don't these days. There's a lot more choice.
Yeah.
But it was like, you know, if somebody didn't put vents on their equipment, you're like, really? You've not got vents? Really?
Mentor helps in every game, yeah. So Airfield has some changes. These are hard to see, but they're messing with the sniper spot, the middle, and a couple of their small spots.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the
no.
balconies, this is the back balconies here, the middle piece, the entrance. I thought there were some before and afters on this. Anyway, you can take a look at that. It's hard to see exactly what they're doing, but they are messing around with some of these things. This is a horrible map, Airfield. It's just terrible. I have a video coming out on that. I don't even know. I don't know how to play this map. They blocked the shoreline, did they? So you can't go around anymore? Or has it just got more stuff in the way? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's the middle.
Yeah.
It's hard to see what that shows. Here, let's look at it a little closer. Holy cow! Why?
Now that has just narrowed the gameplay so much. Now you've got to go over the top of the
Well,
hill.
Pilgrim, this was the problem with Airfield. Yeah, this is the problem. It wasn't the fact that you go to the middle and you pop over and you get slapped by all these TDs and arty. That wasn't the problem.
No.
No, that's not the problem.
It
The
was
problem,
going right flank.
yeah, problem is not this punchy face corridor crap right here,
No.
where there's no maneuver in here at all. You know, without getting slapped.
Use that. That plateau is unusable unless you want to die quick. You know, you can occasionally pop and peek and poke, but you can't actually use it.
That's
Man,
shit
oh
in the
man.
way. That's awesome. So we have better balconies. Let's see. Let's see what they say. Balconies now work only as descent ramps, and you can't fire over the center of the map from either.
Really?
What do you mean?
There must be walls.
Oh, did you used to be able to shoot all the way across? I didn't know if that. I didn't know that.
You could. Yeah, you could certainly. If anything was in the far corner or over the far side, you could red line shoot. You could go on those balconies and shoot.
You could shoot from balcony to balcony. I don't know if I never went to them, so I don't know.
Yeah, if you were on your TDs,
Okay.
you have line of sight to the.
So you can only go down these ramps. You can't go up. Good. You wouldn't want other access to these spots. You'd want to make people go around through corridors. Okay, good. Good job. The entrances to the center have been reworked. Cover has been added to allow safe movement to the center of the map. Oh yeah, because people always get crushed crossing right here. But okay, there's a little bit more artillery cover. I'll give it that. Just wait till someone gets shot through that little circle. That'll be awesome. So this is much more significant cover in and around here. To see what happens with that. A line of fire from the balcony in D9 to the heavy tank direction has been removed. The amount of vegetation has been reduced. The balcony has been reconfigured. Lines of fire from the center of the map were removed. Huh. So did they really rework the scout position? Like, it's hard to see.
Well, currently, if you're south spawn and you're on your red line,
No, it's still there.
but within line of sight of those locations where the lights go, you can be spotted.
So that's still there. I think they're talking about the little nook back that way.
Yeah.
Super test, fellas, so who knows? Scout position in mid is gone. Oh, yeah, right there. That bush. Yep. That's a bummer. There was a bush right there. Yep. That one.
There you go.
There's one here and here, but there's no way to use them because someone pops up, they're going to see you.
Absolutely, you can't use that plateau in any way, shape, or form, unless you're a fool. You just sit
Interesting.
there and die.
Show, there you go. Super test though. Super test. Here's another interesting heavy tank. This is an Italian heavy tank with a rear turret called the Toro. It's a tier 9, 360 alpha, which is not that high yet.
Not
Tier
that
9.
hard, is it?
248 pen, 315. What's the armor look like? 200 turret, 140 hull. I think it's an auto loader, reloader, loader. Yes.
It will be, won't it?
11,
It's
13,
Italian.
15, and 17 seconds. So it's got 4 shots. 2.5 aim, 0.35 dispersion. -8 gun depression on a rear turret. What? What?
Wow. That
Wow. The breech is that short. That way it can go just up it. Yeah.
you can imagine that on a ridge. That would be, oh man, that would be horrible to try and fight.
But it's got a Tuma. Look at that giant American-esque
Yeah, it's
Tuma.
If that's a hitbox, yeah.
This looks like an American kind of design. 45 kilometers an hour is not bad. Yeah, so we got that guy. We have, now here's some interesting little tanks. There's a tier 6 British, it looks kind of like a Scorpion kind of thing. 230 damage at tier 6. Is it a TD? No, that's a medium? Okay, that's a medium. That's wild. 52 kilometers an hour. And then here's a T-17, which is a tier 7. 12-second reload time. What was it? Doesn't have twin autocannons, but a gun with an auto loader. Oh, great.
Yep.
So this is the light tank line. So I guess the tier 7 doesn't have the auto cannons. Looks like the auto cannons start at 8, but the 7's got an auto loader with 5 rounds in it, 12-second reload time, and 80 damage. 0.4 dispersion, 2-second aim time. And it does 56 kilometers an hour. I guess it starts at tier 7 maybe? I don't know. Maybe there's a tier 6 involved. Don't know. And then, did it not show? I thought it showed it must be further down. What are you getting new Chinese tanks? I'm trying to find these guys that were down here somewhere. Oh. Check this out, fellas. What are you? Tier 11.
No.
They just shove it in the that's right.
Production has started. What are we now talking? Post 1960? Are we talking modern tanks?
I don't know. Let's see. Today, June 5th, we're ready to confirm that Tier 11 tanks will appear in the game next year. Working on creating the first combat vehicles of its kind has begun. Scheduled for January 22nd, 2025. There's no other data. But What Are You has announced they will do Tier 11.
Given, this is going to be so controversial, given the performance of current, what I want to say, Russian tanks on the battlefield, will we get drones issued? Will you be able to grind drones to take the Russian tanks out? There you are.
POV drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some rough shit. Let's see. So the VZ68 is the twin autocannon guy. All right. So we had some speculation last week. I didn't know what the answer was, but it looks like the flatter, bigger one is the premium, and the little stubbier one is the tech tree. So remember, they were both tier 8s. The VZ64 with the twin guns, and the VZ68. So that's the premium, and this is the tech tree according to this.
All right. Is anybody in what super test having a go at this? It'd be interesting to see.
Not me.
No, I'm not.
Not I. All right, and that is it for that. Trolling through the news. I think that's everything we had to talk about, man. Remember maintenance. think I'll be.
Yeah.
I think I'll be streaming Thursday unless I change my day off. TBD. Hang loose. No coffee talk next week or the week after. Maybe on the 7th when I get back, I'll probably come up because I will have been. I'll have the World of Tanks shakes by then probably.
Yes. But you will have the T-shirt, so that's a good thing.
I will. I'll have the T-shirt and I'll have footage from Tank Fest.
Awesome.
And some kind of shenanigans involved, I would hope. That's pretty much it that I've got, man. You got anything else for the boys?
No, I haven't, and we are so looking forward to having you over here, my friend.
All right, man. Looking
Yeah, it'll
forward
be
to
cool.
it too. Yeah. All right, guys. I guess that's it. Let's go raid somebody. See who we got here.
Ducati. There is no such
Man.
thing as cheap pub sex. Dan, I think it's a hardware / software problem trying to do a stream from Tankfest. First of all, we'd need the equipment to do it, i.e. a laptop or something. Plus, the internet connection down there is going to be absolutely rammed. There's no way of getting on there, I would imagine, with what's going on.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Probably not.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know. Where will we be Sunday about this time? Driving back, I believe.
Yeah, we'll be heading back. I
Yeah.
think. If we do the second day at Tankfest, which probably won't, it's up to you. But if we see everything on the Saturday, there might be no reason to go in on the Sunday.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen.
I imagine
Well,
that's probably what's going to be going on. Let's go. I don't know. I don't see anybody I know here.
Yeah, get Elon to launch another satellite. Yeah. Oh, Guido is going to get arrested on Friday night, mate. Will do. Definitely.
I hope not.
No, you'll be all right.
I got you along, man.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to get arrested, it'll be you.
It'll be me.
Oh, Milepost 202 is up again. Let's go raid Milepost 202. How was he last time? He seemed like a nice guy. Anybody stick
No, I
around
didn't-
and
I
watch
didn't
Milepost? Milepost 202. Fantastic. All right, guys. You guys have a fantastic, happy Father's Day, by the way. Have a great Father's Day. You too, Pilgrim. Hopefully the kids are coming by to say hi and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we'll get that sometime later on this afternoon, I believe.
And
Yeah, have a good one, man.
Have a great week. I obviously won't talk to you on Sunday because I'll be in England on Sunday. I'll send you a note or whatever on WhatsApp. Give you a
Yeah,
call.
just find me a WhatsApp or something.
Yep, just let you know what's going on, keep you updated, and I got to work the mapping and how I'm getting there and all that bullshit. But we'll get through that later. All right, guys, have a great one.
Have a good one.
This is me signing off from the left side of the Atlantic.
Pilgrim signing off from the correct side of the Atlantic, sir.
See ya.